Guys, the total altcoin supply and altcoins in general are gonna go much higher, and we can explain it through the M2 money supply. Now this white line here shows the M2 money supply, which is essentially the total amount of money, or more specifically US dollar, which is in the world, which is available on the market. And as the government, especially the US government, prints more dollars, and we can see this here, this is the US debt clock, which shows how much debt the US government has by printing dollars. We have $37.8 trillion of debt, which is US government currently has. And by printing more dollars, it obviously devalues the US dollar. And as the US dollar devalues, we get inflation. So let's take this Bitcoin coin here, for example. If it costs $1 and there's $1 trillion in circulation, if we now have $2 trillion US dollars in circulation, this same coin will not cost $1 anymore. It will cost $2, but it's still the same. It's the same coin after all. And that's essentially Bitcoin. Bitcoin's value will not lose. Bitcoin will always be one Bitcoin. But if we now have, let's say Bitcoin is now priced at $100,000, if we have twice the amount of supply of dollars in the market, the same Bitcoin will, at the same demand, will be priced $200,000. So essentially, to protect yourself against the inflation, just buy Bitcoin. If you're gonna take one thing from my video, just buy Bitcoin. But let's quickly explain this here. So obviously the M2 money supply has been going up, and we see a lot of correlation between the M2 money supply and a lot of major assets, right? This, for example, is the altcoin market. This is the total crypto market, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, which pretty much gives us an idea for the altcoins. And if you also look at the Bitcoin, we can see there's a lot of correlation here. As the money supply increases, the price of Bitcoin goes up, the price of altcoins go up. If you look at gold, gold is very strongly correlated also to the M2 money supply and also the S&P 500. S&P 500 is very much correlated with the M2 money supply. And one thing I want to show you guys here is that traditional assets, let's say the S&P 500, is very much correlated with the M2 money supply. You can see it's almost 1-to-1. Obviously there are some changes, but it pretty much follows the M2 money supply. And the same goes for gold. It's very close to the supply of money, while Bitcoin and altcoins and cryptocurrencies usually have some delay. You can see that the M2 money supply is above Bitcoin's price and we're lagging behind. And the same can be said here for the total crypto supply without Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reason for this, very simply put, is that institutions can very easily put money into the S&P 500, into companies, put money into gold, but it's a bit more difficult for them to put money into Bitcoin, just because it's more difficult for them to purchase these. Now, of course, with the ETFs, it makes it easier and we're gonna catch up. And a catch up obviously means that the price is gonna increase. But this is an opportunity for us to put money not into the S&P 500 or gold, which historically has been an amazing investment. And just to note, it has reached an all-time high just this week of $4,000, but to put money into other alternative investments like Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins, which are eventually going to catch up to the M2 money supply chart, which I'm just trying to show you guys here. And quickly, if you want to choose a target of the M2 money supply, so a target for the altcoin market, we can go here to the automatic scale and we can simply take this line from the top to the bottom, and we just copy paste it, we put it at the top, and we can roughly see that our price target is approximately double the current target. So this is just a general idea. I'm just trying to show you guys that I'm expecting these crypto coins and Bitcoin to go much higher as we follow the M2 money supply. And looking at Ethereum now quickly, we have here the Ethereum chart, right? And now I'm gonna overlay the Bitcoin price. So this is the white line is the Bitcoin price on a logarithmic scale, meaning just percentage wise, we can compare these two. And what we can see is that Ethereum lags behind Bitcoin. And especially now in the last part of the cycle, Ethereum has been lagging behind Bitcoin quite a bit. If we overlay them again, and we can see there's a catch up to play, right? Ethereum has quite a way to go to catch up to Bitcoin. And it just shows again that there's a lot of potential in Ethereum and altcoins now at the end of the cycle especially. And therefore, given the concept that we're at the end of the cycle, I think these altcoins are gonna rally much higher. And looking at quickly is Solana. I think Solana is a good investment. Usually Solana has always had this pattern here where we've consolidated and then we've broken out of the trend line and gone higher, and then we've had the same thing, we've consolidated, gone higher, and now again we're looking at this trend line, and if we're gonna go above it, I think we're gonna go much higher along with the total altcoin market. And just to take one thing from this video, buy Bitcoin, and that will protect you from the inflation of the traditional fiat system and dollar in general. And yeah, that's it. See you guys.